Okay then guys, so a long time since we made a video. Reason why is basically a lot of things went wrong. Just before Christmas, Subaru, the engine decided to go down on us basically. So I think what happened was something to do with the oil pump gave way or something along the lines of what the engine builder told me. And yeah, long story short, starved the engine of oil or something happened to do with the oil, which I wouldn't say is lack of maintenance because I always serviced it every 1,000 miles just because I'm a bit cautious with it and I know how unreliable Subaru engines are. So I've just been and collected the engine. So I've got the engine back. I've got the long block and now I've got to put everything back onto the engine. So what we've had done with this engine is we've taken the WRX heads off. I've got the original ones in my runaround car at the minute, which are off at the minute, so I might be probably just cleaning them up and putting them up for sale, which they did well. They made 500 brake with a bit of meth, which a lot of people say that Rex heads can't do. This one clearly did. So we've gone for some big port JDM SCI heads with the AVC pulleys and things like that. So we should make a lot more torque and basically it'll all flow a lot better because the ports are a lot bigger. So at the minute I've got to get this engine off the engine stand so I can get mine on the engine stand and get it ready to start building back up. Other things that we've had done to the engine, we've had the block machined and basically so we can run 40mm head studs. So before there was running 11mm head studs, which okay, they're okay, but it gives chance and gives room to give us head lift. So we've had 40mm head studs put in, which they're not the normal 40mm head studs. These ones have been the threads are slightly different, so they're custom made for this block. The engine builder uses it quite a lot, so he's happy with doing it like this. Again, so new pistons, new rods, new bearings. Gone for some upgraded bearings. I'm not sure what bearings he's talking. Other than that, it was mainly 40mm head stud conversion. Changed the heads to the JDM big port heads off an STI. The block wasn't too damaged, so we managed to save the block, so it's still closed deck. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna run a little bit more than what we originally did, which was 530 brake with the Sarvex with the methanol. So we should hopefully 550, something like that, but a lot more torque, which again, torque, it helps a lot with racing and or drag strips or stuff, basically things like that. So yeah, we'll get this on the engine stand and get it built up. All right guys, so this is all the stuff that I've got to put back on. I've got some new stuff. Stage 3 competition clutch. This is a thermostatic oil cooler. Got a new oil, an oil cooler I've got to put on. New washer bottle, new gaskets, things like that. So first thing we're going to do is start on the bottom of the engine, just because it's a bit easier, just to get it all built up. So I'm going to put the new oil cooler on, gaskets, manifold, etc. And I'll update you once it's all done. Right then guys, so we've already come to our first problem. So the new Fuji oil cooler, or the Modine Delete, doesn't come with the adapter. So basically, this is supposed to be in here. this goes on here like that. And you're supposed to have an adapter piece here for your oil filter to screw on. But that's not included with the kit, and I didn't know that, so I've got to order the adapter piece for this here, which is a bummer. So there's no point in doing the bottom end, because obviously the exhaust manifold comes out and round, and this will be in the, it'll all be in the way, so it's just easier to do it once the adapter's here, and then build up the bottom end. So I'll take these gaskets off. Yeah, so I'm going to do the top half of the engine instead. This is the original piece that goes through, but obviously because we've deleted the modine, this goes through and then it sticks out too much. So we've got a big gap here, so it doesn't seal anything. So we're going to have to order that and wait for that to come through. So, oh well, we'll spin the engine around and do the top end. Alright then guys, so far I've got the inlet manifold on, air filter and the inlet pipe, that's on. The power steering pump alternator is on loosely, just because obviously I need to, well, I'll say loosely. There we go. It's on loosely, so I can adjust it when I put the belt on. Because it's SCI heads, obviously got different plugs here and here at the back. Now, this plug doesn't fit, which I knew anyway, which goes to the solenoid. And then I obviously need to get another plug for this cam sensor, and then this for the variable valve timing. Same on the other side, exactly the same here and one there. These are for my old TGVs, which I've deleted. As you can see, I've got this aluminium, there we go, aluminium pipe page in there. So yeah, it's coming together slowly. I've got the oil pressure or oil temp, I can't remember which one it is. Got that in the car now. This and the fuel lines, they all run towards the right side of the car, so just kept them to the right. But yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm going to do much more now, or if I'm just going to call it a day and then obviously come back tomorrow and then do it. Just because it's been nearly a year since I've touched it, and just getting my head around it all, on how everything went back or came off. And I've got bolts and nuts everywhere. Everyone's been moving things about for a year, and I guarantee something's going to be lost or just misplaced. So I've got to find everything and go through it that way. One thing I am struggling with at the minute as well, so this side on the head goes from a banjo bolt, loops down onto the block down there, and then this side here, it's got one of these. Now the pipe goes from a banjo bolt all the way around to the solenoid here, but this one I'm not too sure. Might have to have a look at my brother's STI over there and see what I need, because there's obviously there's a few different things that I'm going to need with the heads being different. But yeah, at the minute it's all a bit messy and things like that, so I've just got to go through everything, get everything on first, and then see if I can clean up or tidy up things. But I don't think we're too far off on the top end. Then we've just got to spin it around, get the manifold on the bottom. I could get the turbo on. Get the turbo on. And then I've also got to try and put this oil cooler radiator on. I've got some AN lines and fittings for it, but I've never done one before, so I'm gonna have to obviously wing it, see how it goes. Boost pipes, they're gonna get put on last. But yeah, other than that, I think we're rocking and rolling. But I'm just waiting for now the Fuji adapter for the oil cooler, which is a bit of a pain because it's just too. I explained earlier, it's just too too long. I've put the other piece on the engine just so I know what it's for. There's a new clutch, stage 3 clutch, and the pressure plate. And the release bearings in there as well. So it's all coming together just slowly. Just got to make sure I don't rush it and forget something stupid. But yeah, that's what oil's going to be in it once it's all ran in. Otherwise, I've got some running in oil for the car. So yeah, I'll probably catch you up on the next time I'm on the car.